Hey guys, what's going on? I'm back again today with a tier list for Killswitch Engage. We're just gonna tier all the albums here. It doesn't include the Aftermath EP or like the Atonement EP, but like it's an EP, so. But it does have one of my favorite songs. Yeah, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna start with the OG self-titled here, and I'll be honest, I'm gonna put this one in B tier. It's not my favorite work for them. I feel like this band, for me at least, is at their best when they're doing their more melodic type thing. Not to say I don't like when this band isn't heavy, but that's not typically what I look for in a Killswitch album. But it's good for what it is. I want to make that very clear. It's good for what it is. Um, Solid. Next we have Alive or Just Breathing, and I'm gonna put this one in A tier. There are some songs I really like, and then there are some I don't. I think obviously the standout track is My Last Serenade. Uh, there are some really good songs on here, but especially for me at least towards the end, it gets a little, I don't know, I don't want to say boring, but that's kind of how it feels. Like I just lose interest towards the latter half, last few tracks there, and it just doesn't do much for me. But yeah, that I'll put it in A tier. I enjoy a good amount of the album. So by this point, I believe Jesse had left the band. And we got Howard and oh no, vocals Howard Jones, and that's how we got End of Heartache. And I'm gonna put this one in S tier. This was the first album I ever fully sat down and listened to by the band. It has some of their best tracks: End of Heartache, Rose of Sharon. What else? World Ablaze is a pretty good one too. And man, Hope is great. I even love the like instrumental, uh, like interlude track that's essentially just like really nice, clean acoustics. It just sounds so pretty. This is a great album from back to front. Doesn't waste your time either at around like 41, 42 minutes. So really good album. Man, just metalcore classic right here. So then in 2006 we got As Daylight Dies, and I'm gonna be honest with you, it's not as good as End of Heartache. It's gonna go to B tier. Why? Because well, let's be honest here. There are just less songs that are memorable on this. Like, this doesn't have like the biggest song you could probably name on this is "My Curse." That's the big standout from this one. I feel. There are some other really good ones like "Desperate Times," um, but honestly, most of the track listing here, it's good, but it doesn't really stick with me like some of the End of Heartache songs do. Um, it actually ends fantastic with Reject Yourself. Reject Yourself is a really good closer, but man, it just has so many tracks that feel good, but not amazing, like they did with End of Heartache. Um, it doesn't help that the special edition probably adds three more tracks, and those tracks are honestly pretty good. The Holy Diver cover is really good. Um, it also has the This Fire, which is a really good song, and I don't know why it wasn't on the album to begin with, but yeah, B tier for all of those reasons. And then we have the second self-titled in 2009 with Howard, and this one is oh, I think I'm gonna put this one in C. It's definitely the least of the Howard albums. I feel it just doesn't. I don't know. It's fine. It's good. Like I enjoy the songs while I'm listening to them. It's kind of the same thing with As Daylight Dies, but like unlike As Daylight Dies, where you still had songs like My Curse and Reject Yourself, there's no standout here that is just like honest to goodness really good that just just hits you. There's nothing like this on this album, and it's I don't know. Like there are good songs, but there's nothing that really sticks out, honestly. So yeah. And the band kind of went radio silent for a while because the song that Descent didn't come out until 2013, and this was with Jesse back in the band, Jesse Leach, and I feel like this was kind of a getting back into the groove album, a bit. And as such, I'm going to put this one in B tier as well. And I'm putting a lot of things in B tier, but like, yeah. Um, Man, this one is interesting. There are some good songs. I do like a few. But like, it kind of has the same problem as I do like it more than the self-titled. Uh, but like, man, I don't know. Again, it kind of feels like a growing pains album. Like, Jess is back in the band, but they still haven't quite found the groove yet. And it's just not quite there. Uh, 2016, we have, I think, Incarnate. I don't remember the name of this one, but enough said already. And then Atonement in 2019. This one was a really surprise hit. Um, I think I'm gonna put this one in S tier, man. I know some people would probably put it in A tier, but to me, this is some of the best music Killswitch has ever put out. Um, it's just so good. Uh, it's not the same as like End of Heartache or like the Howard era stuff, but that it doesn't need to be. This is it's melodic, but in a different way, and that's awesome. I don't know why, but the Signal Fire to me is just an okay song. A lot of people praise that one for some reason. I'm not really sure why. But yeah, I think some of my favorites are I Am Broken Too, uh, I Can't Be the Only One, Unleashed by the Hand That Feeds are pretty cool, heavier tracks to start and end off the album, respectively. And yeah, it's okay. Um, and Eyes Against the World is another really good track as well. This is this latest one, which latest, 2019 was. Gosh, I feel old, but yeah. This is my ranking of all the albums. Let me know what you think down in the comments, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.